Hey guys, today on Cooking with Carby, get ready for the rest of our pizza adventure. And we're going to start by making some sauce. First up is one large can of whole San Marzano tomatoes. I'm using the lid to strain any extra liquid away, otherwise our sauce will be too watery. Pouring it straight into a blender or food processor, followed by a couple of pinches of salt, and then optionally, if you want a little bit of spice, a couple twists of red pepper flakes, about a tablespoon of olive oil, and 4 or 5 leaves of fresh basil. If you don't have fresh, dry will do, but as always, fresh is best. And then I'm microplaning 2 cloves of garlic in. That's it. Throw the lid on and mix. Whether using a blender or a food processor, you just want something that has a pulse function. Pulse it a few times to get everything incorporated and broken down to a consistency you like. Give it a taste to check for seasoning. In my case, I needed an extra pinch of salt. If you adjusted your seasoning, pulse once or twice more before covering and refrigerating until you're ready to use it. Before rolling out the dough, I'm going to preheat my oven with my cast iron pizza pan inside it to 500 degrees. Using this pan or a pizza stone is what's going to let us get a crispy crust without needing an oven that gets to 800 or 900 degrees Fahrenheit. Uncover your first bowl of dough and we should see it's doubled in size and has a webbing and bubbles in it. This is from our gluten development and the trapping of the CO2 gases. It's what's going to make our crust nice and chewy. I'm dusting my work surface with semolina flour due to its coarser texture. Another option is cornmeal. This is going to help it not stick to our pan. And then with open, flat hands, I'm pressing into a larger disc. Make sure you are using flat hands and not just your fingertips, as that can damage your dough and poke holes in it. Splitting our dough before proofing made this a lot easier, as our dough was already in a very round shape from the bowl. Now I am picking up my dough and then with closed fists I'm passing from one to the other, rotating in a circle, letting gravity stretch out the dough. Before making any final adjustments to my dough, I'm transferring it onto a sheet of parchment paper on either a pizza peel or an unrimmed cookie sheet. This way I'll be able to slide my pizza directly onto my pizza pan in the oven. Pizza number 1 is going to be a red sauce hot mortadella pizza. So I am smearing a light layer of sauce, followed by a base layer of cheese. I'm arranging my mortadella in little mounds, as we'll get a little bit of crustiness from that, and another layer of mozzarella, some hot sliced pepperoncini peppers that are pickled in oil, some fresh tomatoes, grated Parmesan, a twist of pepper, and into the oven for about 12 minutes. While pizza number 1 bakes, we'll get started on pizza number 2, which involves digging into the freezer for some of the leftover Donair meat. If you haven't seen that episode, you should really check it out. First is a generous smear of our Donair sauce, followed by some freshly grated mozzarella, and then a layer of Donair meat that I reheated on the stove, some more mozzarella, a layer of fresh tomato and red onion, and then some crumbled feta cheese. And now we're ready to do the old oven swap. The first pizza is nice and golden brown, crispy all the way through the crust. I can pick it up without losing toppings. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Past me is pretty impressed with himself. Future me is just kind of embarrassed. Throw a little extra Parmesan on top. And now I have opportunity number 1 to absolutely scorch the inside of my mouth. But you can see by the evolution of these gestures, the shaking and then jumping, that slowly turns into an approving handshake, that it does taste pretty darn good. At least good enough that I didn't show any restraint and still went in for an immediate second bite. Try not to eat the entire pizza before number 2 comes out. Finish it with another drizzle of the Donair sauce. And then show that you've learned absolutely nothing from past mistakes and burn the roof of your mouth off again. Donair pizza has become one of my all-time favorites. Super easy. Next time you make Donairs, just double the recipe and save some of the meat in the freezer. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something and give this recipe a try. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any episode suggestions, let me know down below in the comments.